When Glen Powell and Sydney Sweeney aren't lighting up the screen with their undeniable chemistry, they're bonding over music, and the latest artist to land on their shared playlist? None other than Tate McRae. In a recent interview promoting their romantic comedy Anyone But You, Powell dropped an unexpected gem. He was the one who introduced Sydney Sweeney to Tate McRae's fiery track, Miss Possessive. And from the sound of it, the Euphoria star has had it on repeat ever since. Glen was the first one who played it in the car one day. Sweeney shared in a behind-the-scenes video clip that's now making the rounds on social media. I was like, wait, who is this? Why haven't I heard this before? The moment was pure serendipity, and it didn't take long for fans of both stars to latch onto it. Miss Possessive, which McRae released in spring 2024, has become a breakout hit thanks to its magnetic beat, razor-sharp lyrics, and emotional edge. It's a track that simmers with tension, about jealousy, desire, and that pull you just can't shake. And in many ways, it mirrors the slow-burn romantic tension between Powell and Sweeney in Anyone But You, adding another layer of intrigue for fans already shipping the duo. Naturally, the internet had thoughts. After Sweeney's comment went viral, TikTokers began stitching the audio with scenes from Anyone But You, claiming Miss Possessive should have been on the movie's soundtrack. One fan commented, "Sydney Sweeney listening to Tate McRae is my Roman Empire," while another added, "Glen Powell has taste. Miss Possessive is a banger." It's not the first time Powell has shown his music-loving side. In past interviews, he's spoken about how music helps him get into character. Whether it's action-packed adrenaline from his Top Gun, Maverick days, or the moody vulnerability required for romantic roles, he always curates playlists to stay in the emotional zone. So it's no surprise that he had McRae's track on heavy rotation. As for Sweeney, her fans know she's no stranger to powerful music moments. Her character Cassie on Euphoria is often wrapped in emotional intensity, and her own personal tastes seem to echo that vibe. "There's just something about Tate's voice. It hits different," she said during the interview, her eyes lighting up. "I can't stop listening to that song." McRae herself caught wind of the shout-out, retweeting the clip of Sweeney with the caption, "Stop, this made my day." Thank you at Sydney_Sweeney and at Glen Powell. It's the kind of organic celebrity crossover that fans live for, where music, film, and pop culture collide in real time. With Miss Possessive climbing charts and Tate McRae becoming a staple on Gen Z playlists, having Sweeney and Powell back it only adds fuel to the fire. The song is now trending on streaming platforms again, with a noticeable spike in Shazams following the interview. Coincidence? Probably not. This moment also speaks to the larger cultural phenomenon of stars influencing stars. Powell didn't just bring charm to the screen. He brought a bop into Sweeney's life, and fans are here for it. In an era where music taste can feel like a personality trait, Glen's pick of Miss Possessive says more than he probably realizes. It's edgy, a little chaotic, and dripping with confidence, kind of like the characters he and Sweeney play. So, what's next? A possible collaboration? A McRae track in Glen's next film? Or maybe Sydney starring in a moody music video? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, when Glen Powell recommends a song, the world listens, and so does Sydney Sweeney. And the buzz doesn't seem to be slowing down. Since the clip of Glen and Sydney surfaced, Miss Possessive has surged in popularity on TikTok and Spotify alike. Fans are creating edits, reaction videos, and even choreography inspired by the track, with Sweeney's stamp of approval turning McRae's hit into a full-blown cultural moment. Some are even calling for a Tate McRae live performance at the next major movie premiere Sydney attends, preferably with Glen Powell by her side. The synergy between music and film has always been powerful, but moments like this prove that when the right song meets the right stars, the ripple effect is unstoppable. As Powell and Sweeney continue to dominate headlines and red carpets, it's clear their influence goes far beyond box office numbers. They're setting trends, shaping soundtracks, and reminding fans that a shared playlist can be just as compelling as a shared screen. With fans eagerly connecting every dot, some are even speculating that Miss Possessive could feature in a future Powell-Sweeney project, or at least inspire one. For now, the moment lives rent-free in the minds of pop culture watchers everywhere. From casual listeners to die-hard stans, everyone seems to agree. Glen Powell putting Sydney Sweeney on Tate McRae's Miss Possessive is the crossover we didn't know we needed.